The Ark of the Covenant, a gold-covered wooden chest containing the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments. Thought to be an artifact of legend only, some evidence has presented itself that not only does it exist, but that it is still discoverable in this world today. The following places may be where it actually exists right now. Here are 10 places the Ark of the Covenant might be. Number 10 is a cave in Jordan. According to 2 Maccabees, a book of the Bible that's written in Hebrew and is said to be an account of Jewish history, the Ark of the Covenant was taken from King Solomon's temple and entrusted to Jeremiah, a prophet of the Lord. Jeremiah, also known as the Weeping Prophet, barely avoided capture by enemy soldiers with the Ark and hid it, along with several other valuable items, in an unmarked cave in a mountain range in Jordan. His hope was to protect it forever from the Babylonians and anyone else who wished to covet its power. The text of 2 Maccabees was written during the 2nd century BC, while Jerusalem was under Babylon's rule. Considering the centuries that have passed, if the Ark is still hidden in a mountain, it could be a very long time before it's discovered again. Number 9 is Chartres Cathedral. Also known as the Cathedral of Our Lady of Chartres, this 12th century Roman Catholic cathedral in Chartres, France, is incredibly well preserved and is still open today for Mass and prayer. But with all the wonder and amazing Gothic style architecture comes a number of mysterious tales from the days of the Crusades. One such story, told by Louis Charpentier in his book The Mysteries of Chartres Cathedral, tells of the Knights Templar, who were soldiers for the Temple of Solomon. According to Charpentier, the Templar found the Ark of the Covenant at an undisclosed location and brought it to the church, where it remains in secret today. Though the people responsible for the cathedral's upkeep haven't claimed to know of such an artifact inside of the church, many still believe that it's in there. Number 8 is Zimbabwe. In the late 20th century, a lot of media attention was focused on Zimbabwe and South Africa, where a local tribe, the Lemba, came forward with claims that they descended from ancient Jewish people, calling themselves the Lost Tribe of Israel. In 1999, a DNA survey confirmed that there were indeed links between their people and priestly families of the Jewish faith. While this evidence has been disputed, such arguments haven't stopped the Lemba from revealing their replica of the Ark of the Covenant, specifically a 700-year-old copy that they claim was made with the original Ark's core. The tribe treats the artifact the way ancient followers of Solomon did, never touching it with their hands and carrying it on poles. Could this replica be the real Ark sitting in a museum in Zimbabwe? Number 7 is Lake Tiberias. Also known as the Sea of Galilee or Lake of Gennesaret, Lake Tiberias is a freshwater lake in Israel, which might just hold an ancient secret under its surface. In addition to apparently being the very lake that Jesus Christ and Peter, his apostle, miraculously walked on, as told in the Bible, the body of water is said to be hiding the Ark of the Covenant way down in its depths. According to a sect of Shia Muslims, citing passages from Muhammad, the Ark will rise from Tiberias after Mahdi, the Redeemer of Islam, comes to power, but before the Day of Judgment, when the world will ultimately end. Could the world's most powerful artifact be at the bottom of this lake? It's possible that we will not know until the end of days. Number 6 is a government complex. If the Ark of the Covenant is as powerful as has been prophesied, then it stands to reason that those that lead humankind would make sure it was safely out of the hands of those who would abuse its power. Enter the theory that says the religious artifact is, in fact, gathering dust in a government complex underground somewhere, and its existence has been kept secret from all but a select few individuals whose job is to protect it and ensure nobody ever finds it. But the question is, which government? What country is it in? No one knows, but the writer of the movie Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark felt a similar theory was good enough to be the plot. Sadly, no solid evidence exists to prove the Ark was discovered and discreetly stored away, but we'll know if a leader suddenly gains unreal powers. Number 5 is Ethiopia. A common story among certain Christians says that the Ark resides in a small church called St. Mary of Zion in Aksum, Ethiopia. Apparently, 3,000 years ago, the Ark was moved from Solomon's temple to Aksum by King Solomon and Queen Sheba's son Menelik before the temple fell. 45 million Orthodox Christian Ethiopians believe the Ark of the Covenant is in St. Mary's. Many claim that if it was, it would have been revealed to the world, but arguments abound, claiming its unveiling would lead to its theft or damaging soon after. Or, worse still, that a reckoning would come upon the earth for touching or looking inside of it. If you do happen to ask the devout, they will claim that they don't have to see it because they can feel the Ark's presence. Number 4 is the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. Whether the Ark was a powerful religious relic, history seems to think it was, at the very least, a real physical box, and one that was last reported to be within the temple of King Solomon. So it stands to reason that if nobody can confirm fully that it left, it must still be there. Legends tell of a deep and secretive complex of hidden chambers under the ancient foundations where the temple and its successor, the Second Temple of Solomon, once stood. It's there that it's believed that faithful guards hid away the Ark while the temple collapsed under the siege of the Babylonians. Could the search for the Ark end where it began, at Temple Mount in Jerusalem? Or is this tale just a distraction to slow treasure hunters down before the true location can be determined? Number 3 is wherever the Dead Sea Scrolls lead. In the mid to late 1940s, a number of papyrus scrolls were discovered in the Qumran caves near the Dead Sea in Western Asia. After being translated from Hebrew, in which it was written, one of the scrolls told of all of Solomon's treasures being documented on a bronze tablet. When the forces of Babylon conquered and burned King Solomon's temple, they plundered a large amount of treasure from the building, and it's been feared that the Babylonians left with the Ark itself. The Hebrew text, which was translated in 2013, claims that the treasures were scattered and put under the care of prophets and even angels shortly after the siege. Unfortunately, much of the Dead Sea Scrolls have been lost to time and actual thievery, so we may sadly never know where specifically those treasures are. Number 2, our aliens took it back. The Ark is said to possess many powers, including creating food, destroying stone walls, and bringing forth God himself, which is why it was always covered and out of sight, so not to accidentally invoke his wrath. However, one theory suggests that the artifact wasn't, in fact, the creation of Moses at all, but actually a device brought to Earth by extraterrestrial beings. That's right, aliens. As ridiculous as this may sound, there's some interesting evidence to support it. For one thing, the Ark was a weapon and communication device, but why would God need such things? He's omnipotent, so he could simply appear before a person to communicate with them. Allegedly, before the Temple of Solomon fell, the Ark's alien owners returned and reclaimed the technology that they left behind for the inferior humans. And number 1 is that it's destroyed. A number of people don't believe the Ark of the Covenant is hidden anywhere, and was, in fact, destroyed. Believed to have been in Solomon's temple where Jerusalem fell to Babylon in 587 AD, it's possible that, when the city was destroyed, instead of taking the Ark with the rest of the loot back to Babylon, the soldiers simply destroyed it. This would explain why the Ark has yet to be unveiled to the world, though it also suggests that not one, but every place that claims to hold the holy artifact is either lying or completely wrong about it being the real one. Other stories claim that the Ark was broken by a person who was overwhelmed with its power, and the later stories of its existence were simply a cover-up so nobody would know the symbol could be so easily destroyed.